lotus feet of Krishna are always in the heart of Radha. My dear devotees, please listen carefully now as I will narrate to you an ancient history from the Garga Samhita. After Shri Krishna had left Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani suffered the extreme pangs of deep separation. Radha is always with Krishna, and Krishna is always with Radha. So when Krishna leaves the town of Vrindavan to go for cow-herding pastimes, Radha doesn't see him for one entire day. Already a day gives her so much agony that once, as the day was coming to the end and Krishna was about to come back to Vrindavan, once Radha expressed her heart like this: "Oh no, this day is like a grinding stone, and my life in the absence of Krishna is like a little piece of grain which is ground in the grinding stones of the separation." Now Krishna had left Vrindavan. He was not absent for one day, he was absent for 100 years. Imagine how Radha must have felt if already one day makes her feel like a grain which is crushed between two heavy grinding stones. So, after 100 years, one gopi called Sacinandana said to her, "O Radha, Yat Sparshanat Hare Shakshan Na Viyoga Bhavet Kvachit." When Radha heard these Sanskrit words, she said, "Let's go immediately." What had Sacinandana said to Radha? She had said, "I know of a holy place called Siddhashram. Anyone who touches the land of Siddhashram will have the direct darshan of Lord Hari. You just need to touch this sacred ground. And as a result, he or she will never be separated from Krishna." Would you like to go to such a place where when you just touch it, get the sakshat darshan, and you're never separated? So when Radha heard this, her heart full of the pangs of separation from Krishna, she said immediately with her very sweet voice, "Let's go! Chaliye, let's go!" So it is here where our katha will start. The Queen of Vrindavan ordered the best of Gopas. "I will see my beloved Shri Krishna, because I will make a pilgrimage to that sacred place which will grant me the boon to have the direct darshan. You make all the arrangements." So the Gopas arranged for a palanquin with a beautiful parasol that's like an umbrella. And because Radha can never be touched, not even her palanquin can be touched by another male than Krishna, beautiful gopis carried her. A huge procession of gopis, brilliant as light, more beautiful than anyone can imagine, was going in a caravan. And all those who saw the gopis and the Queen of Vrindavan riding on top of that palanquin felt blessed and were never born again. The gopis had many chamaras, and in order to give a cooling breeze to Radha, they were waving the chamaras. And Radha had given the order, many strong gopamen should come with lances and spears along to give protection to my gopi companions and myself. As this beautiful procession was walking through the hills and the valleys and by the rivers, people were amazed. The animals began to follow this procession. There was a long, long procession. And in Dwaraka, Krishna felt a sweet pain in his heart. There was a twitching in his heart, and by the twitching he knew Radha is on her way. Radha will soon meet me again after 100 years. He wished to show his 16,108 queens the glories of Radha. And therefore he said, my dear queens, Siddhashram is also there, the place of perfection. Let us go to Siddhashram, where we will take a bath in the lake. All perfection is met when one goes to Siddhashram. Do you know what Krishna had in mind when he thought, when he said, all perfection is met when we go to Siddhashram? Yes, he knew I will meet Radha there. That is my perfection. After a long journey, this beautiful procession of gopis arrived. There was a lake, and all the gopamen formed an outer circle around this lake. It was a huge circle. Then there was an inner circle formed by the gopis who had a beautiful white curtain, and they were building this curtain. I can only show it to you like this, to shield the lake in such a way that Radha was invisible. So Radha could take her bath. My dear devotees, have you ever asked yourself the questions, how do the gopas look like and the gopis look like? What type of people will they be? They are very beautiful, but their beauty is different from the beauty of this world. The beauty of this world is measured by different criteria, which I'm not so aware of. But the beauty of the spiritual world is measured only by one single factor, And that is, how much love does the devotee bear in his heart for Radha or Krishna. So because the Brijbasis had an immense quantity of love, which grew every day for Radha and Krishna, they were shining with beauty, with loving beauty. So when they were in these two circles and Radha took their bath, Krishna arrived with the Yadavas, just in time. And the Yadavas were all very powerful warriors, demanded to take their bath in the lake. But the Gopas, which they met, said, no, our queen is bathing in the lake. The Yadavas were not accustomed to be obstructed by anyone. One of them could fight easily with 100,000 elephants at the same time. They were powerful. When they were ordered to go back and wait, they insisted